We're about 2 hours into legal, and the only thing I've seen are some geese. So I'm getting really anxious. I'd like to go walk, but I am not wearing anything conducive to walking. The boots, the excessive layers. I haven't seen turkeys or heard turkeys.
Well, I eventually ended up hearing some turkeys, but never seeing them. Can you hear that wind? It's pretty bad out there. So I'm going to try to contemplate my next move. It's 9:20 in the morning. We're just under 3 hours into legal light, so there's plenty of daylight left, but it is going to be cloudy through the rest of the day, so it's going to get dark early, and shooting light's going to fade but well before legal light tonight if it stays like this. I'll probably look on my map here and see. I want to try to find kind of a east-west hill that has a nice south side that's maybe protected from the wind, and then approach a couple of those from the west or from the east, and see if I can't maybe spot and stalk something in there. I don't think anything is going to want to be just sitting out in the open right now, so they're going to be tucked up somewhere. Just got to find that somewhere. Oh yeah, check this out. I can learn. I did not run over the barbed wire this time. I'm a smart one. Only took 3 tries. Well, this morning morale was low because I couldn't get the water warm enough with the hard wind blowing, so I had lukewarm coffee this morning. But we're gonna do a little cup right here, and the front windows are cracked open for safety. That's why you can see my breath now. Should probably take this off too. Oh, come on. So to say it's nasty out would be a bit of an understatement. So we're gonna hang out here for a while. This is putting a damper on my stalking plans, that's for sure. But I am at least getting some editing done here. Trying to finish up Missouri right now. Then we'll get started on Wisconsin. Welcome back and good morning. It is a cold morning. The scheduled temperature when I checked last night was supposed to be 19 degrees. And I believe it. It's about an 8 or 9 mile an hour wind, and it is frosty out. I'm probably already regretting my plan for the morning, which is to get up on some high ground and observe the approach to that plan A spot that I've been sitting in. So I guess I sat that 3 out of 4 times, 2 mornings and 1 evening. Saw only the 1 deer so far, that 1 mule deer buck. A washboard right there in the road. So my idea is to get up high, be able to glass a ways, and just see what's going on maybe, because that spot was the hot spot in October, but I have not seen any whitetail, nor have I seen any mule deer does, because I've only seen that 1 deer. Cattle guard. We'll see you out there at some point if I don't freeze and come back to the car. That probably won't happen until at least an hour. Well, I do see a deer moving out in the distance. Probably can't see anything yet. Right out here, right on the bottom edge of the ag field. I kind of got to see what direction he goes. It's got to be a buck. It's a lone deer.
Well, the sun's finally up and my toes are about frozen. I'm wearing toe warmers, but they require air and oxygen to activate and work. So when they're in your boots, they don't work. The ones I got in my gloves are working fine. So that buck this morning, he went up this field edge and into this double row of junipers. That windbreak's a double row of junipers of some sort. I checked it out 2 years ago. They're on the private side of the fence line and the back side is fenced. So I was thinking maybe tonight I go set up on it in case he walks out to the north, but with that fence line the way it is, I don't think he can walk out to the north. The junipers are up tight onto the fence, and so I don't think you can jump through there. Now, I don't know if it was a muley or a whitetail, but I have to assume it was a buck by the way it was shaped and the way its gait was walking. That muley doe, she came kind of right up under me and then went over there, and I kept seeing her and picking her up from time to time. So I also kind of got to assume that that if there were other deer moving around, I would have seen them. Like I thought, between the brown grass and the bit of frost that's out, they showed up really, really well. I'll tell you what, that wind forecast was supposed to come out of the west-northwest, but it's coming out of the southeast, and it is eating up my left eyeball. And these boots I got on are definitely not my winter boots. I put them on in case I had to make a move I could go. I was hoping those toe warmers were going to do a little better job. Oh, there goes a coyote running. He knows to run. He knows I'll take a crack at him. I finally saw a whitetail buck, and it looked like it bedded back here just to the left of that down tree and right next to that diagonal tree. I bet I can stalk within 50 yards of that. The problem is he's 50 yards on the other side of the fence line. I went out to go check a bunch of canyons and draws that are out back. I figured maybe some deer would like to go back there, get out of the wind and get in the sun for a while, considering the weather the way it's been the last couple days. But I didn't kick up anything. So then I went and checked up on the alpha plan spot, my plan A spot. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do tonight. I'm kind of tired of working this area. Might just jump into somewhere new, see who's parked where. Just jump in somewhere cold. Well, I drove into the back parking lot assuming somebody was going to be there, and nobody's there. I kind of got my choice of pickings, I guess. So I'm going to go north as far as you can go on the property. The cottonwoods pinch down. It looks like there's probably a cliff there with the wind blowing over top of the cliff. I'm hoping that maybe that's where some deer are, trying to stay out of the wind. I just saw something
weird on the ground, some kind of plant. Obviously there's a lot of wind, and that wind is cold. So I've got my backpack with my coveralls, jacket, another hoodie, and a thin bottom layer back there. So if I find some good place, I can get dressed, put some more stuff on. But I didn't bring the turkey chair or the big camera, because that's probably another 8 to 10 pounds that I don't want to carry back here. So I'm going camera light, gun cam, head cam. Head cam is charged, hopefully the gun cam is. I'm way back here now, and it's over a mile. Straight line, it's a mile. But I'm liking the tracks I'm seeing back here. At least it just tells me that there's some deer going on. Looks like a deer was picked through right there. But I don't see any other evidence. Alright, I'm set up in this 3 cottonwoods here. I've got a little bit of some front cover here. There's a water tank over here. That's also public ground. That fence line doesn't mean anything. It's part of the public. There were some tracks back amongst those trees over there. And those tracks I showed you were right out here at about 80, 90 yards. So you've got all that out here. I'm hoping that they come out this way. That would be ideal. The sun at my back. So because the wind is blowing from me right to that water, I went out up ahead here and dropped some doe urine. I don't know if that's going to mean anything for a buck, but maybe he'll hit it, come out into this field out in that direction looking for that, where that smell came from. I do got a weak side here. If they come from this direction, from the sun side, and come to the water, I won't have a whole lot of warning. Kind of out here on an island. So we've got just under 90 minutes illegal left on the day. And we're going to settle in and get comfy. I'm probably going to put a couple more things up real quick and we'll stop moving and settle down. Sure is a lot of them. Bunch of them jokers come over here. It'll be decision time. Well, I never did see any deer at all, but I do think I busted another coyote. Let me go check, make sure everything's out of here. All right. get over there and take a look. That one's a male coyote, kind of moderate size. I just hit that with the rangefinder. Not too shabby for 179 yards. I was standing using the tree and holding my hand like you would on a pool cue. I have totaled up 6.5 miles today. Not doing so good on the deer hunting part, but I've been getting into them coyotes. We shall see what tomorrow brings. If you liked this video, and I hope you did, give us a thumbs up. Don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And as always, thanks for watching.